All right, episode 46. We are going to be continuing to build the empire behind Cinis. Obviously, my main goal has been to get Cinis to the 50,000 population mark to finish off that accolade. Now, with the new update, we have a lot more land. We just got done with a little war against Zara, so we have a lot more islands to focus on. So we're going to be doing that today. All these little islands we took from her were one to give us a little bit of a buffer from our main island of Cinis to, well, everybody else, including the Emperor, as well as getting us more of the resources we needed. So one of the things I need to do is go back and build up these islands that we recently took, as well as put some defenses on them. We finished up Ancora yesterday. Stone walls, archer towers, the whole thing. So it's looking pretty good, but even some of our older islands, they need some sort of defenses, at least until we can get our navies there to support that. There we go. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today, and what we'll be doing between getting supplies to and from these new islands and developing them. We're going to plan out this area here. When it was much smaller, it was going to be overflow for farms, so that's not so much the case anymore. Now that it's massive like this, I think we might actually be able to get that. We need about 7,000 more people to hit our goal, and I think without having to go too much further, we could build in this area, move these farms over, build in here, and then the little bit of space we got up here as well, we'll be able to easily hit that 50,000 mark. And after that, we'll just see where it goes. With the amount of islands we have, I thought about offsourcing a lot of these farms and like for the livestock and for the wheat and the hemp and all this, sending this off to our smaller islands and having them completely feed Cinis. That way we could even potentially turn this whole area into residential as well. We're going to hold off on doing this island. We got a new DLC coming out next month, and it's supposed to have some new buildings, and it's supposed to be twice the size. Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, it's supposed to be twice the size, and according to the person in the chat right there. So we're gonna leave this island here in the middle of Cinis for a while for that, but we're gonna get the clock rolling. We have ships moving, bring in supplies. We just finished Ancora. I think we're going to just start on the left side of the map, move over. So we're going to get some weapons and some more stone and tiles so we could beef up the defenses here. But while we wait on that stuff to get where it's supposed to be going, we're going to work over here. So one of the things I was worried about was not having enough water. They are adding the races to the Hippodrome. Okay, nice. I'm pretty good. How about you? Just sitting in here trying to get a little bit of gaming in on the weekend. I need to delete all these trees. That used to be the boundary. So one of the things I was worried about was not having enough water for this new area. So what I'm gonna do, when we move those farms out to the actual farm district, that'll free up some water, as well as I wanted to make sure. Yeah, I know, you're gonna move, that's fine. Just whatever. I didn't want to just delete this. It's gonna piss everybody off downriver, but alright, let's go for it and see how it turns out. It's not flowing uphill. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, it's because I'm still connected here like an idiot. The
games have ended.
There we go. Did I miss a spot? Yeah, I missed one block. Alright, there we go. We'll make it pretty here in a little bit. So now I can continue these city blocks up here. We're going to have to redesign our little transition area here, but at least we got something now. You know, we're going to have to take out the rest of these trees as well. I'll worry about making things pretty later, but at least for right now, I need a blank slate so we can expand these city tiles. How many cups have you had? Alright. Are these our supplies? Yep. Alright. Let's go ahead and get... I could have swore I had a ship bring in weapons. Did I drop all the weapons off here? Yeah. Alright. Short jump over to grab some weapons from Ancora. Yep. You gonna let me upgrade this wall? There we go. Alright. Now, I do not have the population here to put in any sort of towers or anything. We're plenty good on the basic necessities. So we could tack on a few extra houses here and not have to worry about making more core stuff. We'll see if that gives us enough to at least put a couple towers in there. Alright, now this part is gonna be easy. We're gonna plan out the whole thing with dirt roads per usual. Oh, she wants to renew. Alright. Now I was trying to see if I could make an ally out of her. We're still negative with him. What's this renew gonna do? Give her 5 grand. He's 5 more mad at us. We're gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna see if I can make an ally out of her eventually. I keep giving her money. But we still got a ceasefire, so we'll see. I'd like to get that accolade as well, but yeah, no promises. Gonna build out my grid. We're gonna see how much of our old city services, some of the bigger buildings, how far out they reach here. And hopefully we don't have to put in any crazy new construction, new bathhouses or anything like that. But we'll have it all planned out like we always do. You had 3 cups of coffee already today? I can't act surprised. That's probably my normal on a work day. 3 cups. Yeah. Alright, well I already messed up this whole grid planning because I didn't account for... I did not account for doing... What's it called? Aqueducts. Let's see. Put this back into planning mode. Let's see how far over we can steal off here. Oh, we can pretty much... I figure if I come right here, the center of this block will cover most of this area. And then we could probably do one more. Right here. We bring this one all the way down here to this corner. We should be able to get majority of this region with 2 or 3 more cisterns. Like one down here, one up here. We'll take that corner, and then there's already one covering a portion of that, and then 1 or 2 in this area right here. We got 54, plus we're going to lose these farms. So yeah, we'll be good on water. We're actually doing a lot better than I thought we were going to do with water. Yeah, coffee, caffeine, none of that does anything to me. I'm drinking my second Red Bull today, and it's just flavor at this point. I wish it did something to help. That would be really cool. But it's more of just a caffeine, nicotine need, desire, addiction, as they say. I can't cross the lines like that, dang it. And we'll just do it long ways. Fill in all of our cross streets right here, so that way we could see, make sure we're getting good view of how all of our goods are going to reach. Keeping in mind that we're only doing it with dirt roads, so when we do concrete or marble roads, everything will get a further spread. So just looking, well, it's not a good representation, but bathhouse reaches in there a little bit. That reaches in there a little bit. If we build up this side, the bathhouse might reach further, but it doesn't look like we're going to be doing any high tier citizens without adding any extra buildings. Alright, not losing track of what the main goal was, which was to build up the defenses on all of our other islands. And then where are you guys at? Realize too that I don't need to be taking all the resources from Cinis, because we're about to have a major boom of building there, so I'm going to start taking it from our old capital city of Titiana. So we're already working on you. We'll send some supplies over here. Oh, you know what? Forgot the weapons. Park it. They already have more concrete, so we'll drop off some of the concrete, trade those in for, there we go, weapons. Yeah, eventually we are going to go on full out war with Zara and with Nerf, so I want to make sure all these islands can, well, stand up to him. So we need to make sure we at least have some sort of island defenses to hold off until the Navy can come help or reinforcements. Alright, and we'll upgrade you. That only leaves us with 9 people. And that's literally just one gatehouse and our villa. But without adding a whole bunch of population for the sake of having those. Alright, games have ended. Not going to have that issue again where these islands are mad at me, so we will keep the games flowing. Emperor's still pissed off at us, so we are not going to be able to do any of the high-ranking games. But that's okay. So do you stream the game as well, or just play? I have not gone back and had time to look at everybody's profiles. Alright, I think we can call Dolphin Land 2 good. Obviously, it'd be nicer if we had more defenses, but like towers, even doing wood towers, That's 12 people. We don't have the population here, and I'm not really looking to, because it's just going to be the tier 1 bubbas, and they're already receiving everything they can that's going to up their population, including using shrines. So that one's done. We'll take the excess goods, leave them a little bit of each for when the next volcano comes, start wrecking stuff, and start helping the next island build up what it needs. Alright. Oh, wrong button. Alright, same thing over here. Let's plan out. Well, that kind of sucks because I don't have it on the same. I'm just going to drag it right in there. I don't know if I want to use this area back here. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We can continue this wall. We'll just... We'll redesign up here a little bit too. We'll get rid of some of these trees so we can see what we're doing. We'll turn these blocks, square them off. I don't hate this layout. Do I got like a double road here? What is that? Oh, there's a tree in the way. I really don't like this bathhouse like this, but I don't want to redo all of that. I think it was stuck like that because that was the only place it would allow me to build. Could we do a second gatehouse just so we have that much more defense? And then wherever that city blocks will attach to it. Not gonna lie, the fact that these don't line up really upsets me. Can I... Can I line this up? Yeah, well, now you think you're going downhill. If it were to kink over here and then go down, we could keep the back side of that the same and the front side of this side of the wall there. I think I'm going to do that. It's going to piss everybody off downriver a little bit, but that's fine. Oh, no, wrong button. I think I missed a block again. I don't know why it always does that. Alright, so we still have water going everywhere, and I will be able to keep both sides. Alright. More work than necessary, but it looks alright. And if we're going to try to get the last 7,000 population, damn it, out of this section here, I want to maximize how much of the land we have. Forgot to leave my gap for my aqueducts, so that way all my streets match up. What are you doing, roads? You gonna let me build there? No. Alright, now that all these... Nope, not all of them are connected. A few more gaps here. Alright, now we can kind of see how far some of these other things are going to go. With concrete, that'll get in there a little bit, but not that far. Water, even less. And even less with the theater. So we are going to have to put at least a theater and some of the other larger buildings in this corner here. That's okay. Yeah, we'll pay for a new festival. Reset the clock on that. Alright, so that's pretty good on that one there. Coming back down, let's... new festival, same thing. Reset the clock. Let's get some defenses going. They got 32 people here, so we'll be able to afford a couple gatehouses, but that's probably just about it. They got some long stretches here for walls. You know, if we actually get into a predicament where we're having to defend ourselves from Zara, then we might look into upping the population on each one of these islands, just that way we don't have to worry as much about that. But right now I'm just hoping that this will pad my stats enough that they'll leave me alone. Man, can I even fit a wall in anywhere over here? Will it let me move you offshore? What if I... This is going to piss everybody off. I know. I know.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
I'm trying to figure out where I can move this thing to and get a wall by. Will it let you put it on a pier? No. Well, you're trading up north anyway. Now all this crap's down here. All right. We're gonna move all this stuff. We have room, and there's what's it called over there? Warehouses. We'll need to add the farmland back. Get off planning mode real quick. Alright. So the goal will be to have just one road in. Where's the warehouse? Yeah, there's not a real good way to do this, is there? Alright, let's see. Construction area is blocked. I'm really struggling to figure out where the heck I'm going to put this thing. Alright, I think this is it.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
Yeah.
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
Just a soap island. We will survive a few moments without this. Alright. There. I think now I will be able to...
In your city.
There we go. Something just caught fire and I wasn't listening. Alright. There we go. I like it.
Possibly require.
Give them a little bit more concrete and tiles. One of you had weapons. I missed a spot there. Alright. They at least have that now. A request from the Emperor. Praetorian Cavalry. We never made armor. We don't have it. We're just going to decline it and go in the hole 5 more with him. I'm not going to mess with any of that crap with him. Alright. I could... With only 5 population, can we build any shrines? Do we have shrines on this island already? No. Let's see if we could squeeze a shrine or 2 in. Get some free population out of this. Let's see if we can use that extra population to put in some more defenses. Really? It might actually be more advantageous to put it right here. Alright, so that gave us 22 people. Now, do we put the... Let's see about doing walls. Man, that gate is 25 people. What if I was cheap and made it wood? Okay, that works. The walls are fine, it's the people I don't have enough of. What does it cost for a wooden gatehouse? 16 people. Okay. Are these guys getting everything they need? Yeah. Do we have enough raw supplies to get a few more people? It appears so. We're not close on anything. So if we just fill out this block real quick. As long as we don't have to make any extra food or anything, it might be enough to get us an extra wooden gate. We'll see. We'll come back to that. Still bringing up all this stuff right now. All the stats are coming online for these new houses. Still making enough fish. And that was part of the problem. Now we are down 1 on tunics. Hats are borderline. That's fine. We are making enough hemp. We'll just throw in a tunic maker. We'll put it up as far as we can to try to get the income buff on those last few houses. Okay, well it worked out. They're getting everything they need. They have some more defense. Nothing crazy, but better than it was. We'll leave a little bit of supplies for them. Our older islands down here, they could probably use an upgrade, at least to stone walls. So we'll send them down here with that. Cool, I got an extra gopher ship just chilling over here. I'm gonna send it over to Titiana to steal some more goods. Alright, back to city planning while the ships travel. Last thing we were doing was the aqueducts, so let's go ahead and finish planning out where our water is going to come from. Right here, when we get upgraded roads, will be more than enough. Yeah. So there's a small gap right here. We'll throw one more.
Is at risk of a great fire.
Cool. Let it burn. Alright, looking at that, that'll be covered. Concrete roads will cover that gap there. One more. Here-ish. Uh-oh, I hear murmurs from the other room. Alright, now looking at that, all this light gray tan is going to be where the new water will reach to. And all these little gaps will get filled in when we have better roads. Nope, still asleep. Alright. So that part is good. We are going to go and start with our city services. Let's see where the fire stops. We might get away with just doing one towards each end of this island, or this new section. Once we got a fire station right there, so once we connect that road, that'll fill in that area up there. It's kind of loud. Alright, we got police station there, same thing. Yeah, I think just for the sake of it, we'll throw another one. Can't have too many. And then, oh, are we going to get lucky and be able to split the gap here? Now, health is always an issue, so I'm just going to go ahead and spend the money and throw two of them up there. Alright, so that's going to cover those city services. We'll start with our tier 1 guys now. It's going to be kind of the same deal here. We're going to have that gap there in the middle. And then bars. Got to have plenty of bars. Did I do market again? Tavern. That's one we need. The range in these taverns is just garbage. Nah, I liked it more on the other side. Alright, that'll get this whole area up to tier 1. We'll come back and check that out in a minute.
We stand waiting.
I'm going to drop off all these tiles, all this concrete. I don't think we have the troops to, or the population to upgrade the actual towers or anything. We can look and see what we can do. But at a minimum, we could at least make these walls a little bit reinforced and bump up our defensive stats against our rival governors. Something caught fire and I wasn't paying attention again, darn it. There's only 2 beachheads on this island? Okay. Well, we do have... Man, tell me I brought enough goods to do this. Alright, with 18 people, we can at least do the gatehouse. Alright, Well, dang, that's still 2 more gatehouses. Let's see if I did the shrines here already. I sure did. But I could tack on at least 1 more. Wait, what are you? Epona? What's Epona give us? Population and happiness. Can you double stack these? Can I double dip? Let's see. I didn't know you could double dip. Because I have a shrine 1 block over that also gives population. And this still did that. Okay, that's cool. Let's see if we have enough stone to... No, we need a little bit more stone.
We stand waiting.
Alright, those are our 2 gopher ships that we're using to reinforce everything. I'm actually realizing now, I think I stopped concrete production on Titiana. Alright, we'll get the rest of the stone over here to upgrade at least the gatehouses here. There's a fair amount of archer towers there to defend that, so that's not too hateful. So that island's actually sitting a lot better than the other ones. Alright, we stopped off with the tier 1 guys. Now we're going to go tier 2 plebeians. They are going to want to be smart and have churches. So you don't have to have both, so I kind of like to just stagger them around. Long as one or the other is covering, they will get the buff from that. I usually, since it's a little bit bigger than my city block, I usually try to find a place for the sanctuaries to be on the edge. So I haven't done a sanctuary in a hot minute this way, jeez. So we'll just chop you out there. Maybe we'll throw a 3rd one up here for just good measure. That's going to get pretty good coverage, and then the Grammaticus will do the other stuff. So that's it for tier 2. They just need those 2 main buildings. Tier 3, this is where it's going to suck. Happiness is always an issue. If we throw 1 theater in this area, it should reach all of this, no problem. Let's throw a road right here. Missing a road. The question is where? Do I just tuck it behind here where I don't have to worry about it? Try to do something a little bit more. Yeah, once all those roads are concrete, it'll reach there just fine. Because I'm going to have to take out a few city blocks to make this fit right there. If I tuck it into the corner, it would look cool. I don't know if it's going to reach around to that back corner there. Even with the concrete and marble roads, that's kind of a stretch. But I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. We will make this road. We'll just angle that road out from everything. We'll clean up some of this before we actually build anything. Yeah, man, that really doesn't go very far, does it? This whole bottom corner, yeah, we might have to do something else there. And then gambling houses, I haven't actually put these anywhere here yet. What do we get? Population, income, and happiness goes down. Yeah, so I don't mess with that. Forum. Forum does not reach anywhere in the new area, so we would not be able to go to tier 4. Bathhouse reaches somewhat into the area, but how much water does the bathhouse use? Bathhouse counts for 20 water. We're going to be adding 3 cisterns so far. So I'm not sure that's going to leave us that, and there's a bathhouse right here. You know, we might just not be able to do a bunch of tier 4 citizens over here. Might have to top out at 3. All right. Plus 10, lose 3 happiness, can't do it. We're going to go with the buff the belief and spend a little bit of money. That's the safest bet. We have the room for another bathhouse. I really want to do a bathhouse right there. The forum, we don't have a forum anywhere that would reach a lot of these people. So that might just be the smart choice. Yeah, I'd prefer a bathhouse because the health buff we get from it, but trying to max out population, the forum's just smarter to do right here. That'll get us to our tier 4 people, which we have the amphitheater already up and running. Temple will give us population and belief. The library likes to set everything on fire. We already have issues with fire, so I don't know if there's room really to throw a third big building over here. We don't have a temple for a while though. I mean, we could just stack them side by side. Screw it. We're gonna do, yeah, right there. Alright, so that is everything this area is gonna need. We're gonna spend a ridiculous amount of money. That did not grab at all. Okay, let's try that again. Upgrade all these dirt roads. Why does it keep missing? I think it's struggling with how big the city has gotten. Oh, somehow I double clicked on that one. Can't be affording marble roads everywhere just yet. Dang it, did it again. Alright, let's see. Now that we got concrete roads, I guess it's not horrible. It's just going to be a few city blocks that are less than happier than everybody else. And we missed just a little bit of dirt up here. Alright, so that is a pretty solid layout for the new portion of the city that we'll have soon. Water coverage is going to be not 100%, but pretty darn close. Marble roads will fix that on those last few. But if we're not going to get tier 4 citizens up here, that's not going to be a huge thing. Thanks, Brimstone. Yeah, it's from 1800, doing the 10 by 10, or well, 9 by 9 if you count the inside tiles. It leaves me space to do just about anything. You know, then you just cut out the city blocks and you can put the big ones in there. So I just planned out this whole next phase, which hopefully will get us to the 50,000 mark. We've lost like 3 or 4,000 population this episode though, so I really haven't been checking to see what's not coming in. It's probably going to be like the cheese and beer. I don't have enough islands in Albion to keep up with the cheese and beer. So that's going to be another war one of these days. Only 1 happiness down for 10 rep. Or this is just a free 5. Yeah, we'll take that. Alright, so we got this area built up. It is ready. Everything's pre-made, pre-designed. Let's get our rest of these dirt roads. I did not realize that I did not connect all these over here through the aqueduct, which will increase some of those city services that come across. Not by much, but now. Yeah, have you played the new DLC? Because whenever the volcano comes and you get put in that, the what's it called? The volcanic winter, the min-max as far as like making sure you have enough of all the supplies like stored up. Like, I like having all these maxed out because your production basically tanks to nothing. Oh, speaking of which, we're almost out of ammophore. But I'm trying to get this island to the 50,000 mark. There's an accolade for that. So I want to make sure that I have everything that gives population increases up there. Yeah, see, we just dropped below 40,000 again. So, but this area here should put us, with Albion supplying like it should put us right at around the 50,000 mark. But I just took a whole bunch of islands from Zara, so I'm going around and building up defenses on all my islands to make sure we can survive if her or the other dude ever retaliate. So we were plus 28, so that took 5 there. 5 there. We're still okay on population. This island is pretty much done. We're not going to do, even though we have land to upgrade some, we have all these new islands that can provide the same resources. So unless we try to do something to get some more purple drink, we pretty much call this island good to go. We'll take some of our goods back, leave them some weapons. How are you looking? You're next up. Just upgrading all the defenses to stones and more walls that don't have them. Alright, what other goods can you guys borrow here? Definitely gonna need more weapons on these other islands. What are our stores looking like here? Okay. Alright. I would like to figure out up here at least. I think we're just going to delete all this pretty-ish stuff. We're going to rotate this whole city block. Yeah, I know. Nope, just need that one out. Okay. Get rid of these trees. That wasn't what was supposed to happen at all. So we'll come back and do some beautification later with this area. But at least there now the roads are connected. Man, I might be able to fit a whole nother city block right there. Could we? Nah, it's going to get in the way of the wall. Alright, that's fine. That whole transition area is ugly. I don't really like it, but it is what it is. What are you not getting water now? Because of that one road? There. You happy? So one of the things, we're running low on water from this aqueduct. We're going to move, we got 4 of these flax farms up here. And this is all going to be city up here as well. So we'll come over here and we're going to just replace those flax farms real quick. There's 1. There you go. Can I fit a 4th one over there? Might actually have to start making the roads go up somewhere. Tree. These guys were our the for every uh, be able to put a bridge thing, or is that way that? All right. I don't want to build. I think I might actually build this whole thing on an angle. Let's see where the aqueduct will come out if I can get a straight line somewhere. So if we can build our city off of these grid lines, one aqueduct here in the middle might actually supply everything. Let's see if we could actually line it up with this road here. That's fugly. There we go. If it were to come somewhere down right about there, that'll probably get this whole area, because I think this one goes well into it. Yeah. Alright. This might actually end up looking half decent. Only problem is I hate building on this angle because none of the buildings match the way they're supposed to. Same amount of time. An angle. With the roads, they leave a weird indentation going straight. Edges.
A fire has started.
Alright, I think this will actually look alright. We'll maybe do something a little bit different here at the beginning. We had to put this warehouse there for that, so we might... Actually, you know what? We'll just go ahead and screw it. We'll do this now. Bring you over in there. Delete this. The little weird nub we got going on there. Alright. Not the worst. Not the best either, but not the worst.
Bay City is unhealthy. Ideal conditions.
Oh no, not Titiana. Alright, let's see where we can get this last cistern in. Yeah. Delete the excess. Let's get this road attached. Yep. With concrete roads, that will reach up to everything else. Alright, so that's our hour for the day. Quick recap is we are developing the new areas we got with the update here on Cinis. We city planned almost this entire area, which should get us the 10,000 or so fluctuating population we need to hit that 50,000 mark. You know, we still have plenty of land that we haven't even developed yet, so that's pretty good. The islands that we started taking from Zara the last couple episodes, we've been bolstering up their defenses, so I want to say we got one, two, oops, something caught fire. Let's repair that real quick. So we went through and fixed the defenses on 3, 4, 5 islands now. Well, 4. These guys got their goods, but we never actually did anything with them. So we've fixed about 4 islands so far. As far as getting the defense up on them and making them more secure, and then we'll continue doing that and building up this new city block here. Actually throwing some population down there on the next episode. We'll continue to work through our islands, all of our newer islands, making them useful to some degree, as well as getting some population. Some of them are of decent size, like this one, which I might end up using to make us some more ships, more armies, things like that for our next campaign against Nerf or Zara. because we're going to need a lot more ships. He's pushing on 100,000, almost double what we are right now. We pretty much smoked Zara into nothing, and she's already rebuilt her navy close to more than half of what we are now. So she'll be coming back. Just gonna be a lot slower with the 5 less islands that we took from her. So we can't focus all on the peacetime things. We need to make sure that we're keeping our defenses up because, you know, he's a little warmonger and he's going to come for us one of these days. It's been a long way since he had us backed in. I think it was like the first 2 or 3 episodes he actually had us backed into a corner where we actually almost lost the game. The ship actually so, all right, tuning in all the up. Events up. Yeah. Good.